Before MTV, before streaming, before playlists told us what to feel, there was a sound. A raw, electric pulse born in smoky clubs, church basements, and borrowed studios. A sound that carried joy, pain, rebellion, romance, and truth. Tonight, we're counting down 15 songs that didn't just define R&B, they created it. 15 moments when music shifted forever. And if you grew up when music still had soul, you already know exactly which song you'll argue about in the comments. Let's go back. Number 15, Y-A-K-A-T-Y, Yake, The Coasters, 1958.
Your father took me over to Cooke to tell you who left it outside. You ain't got time.
The Coasters walk into a studio with a song so controversial radio stations are debating whether to ban it. Yakety Yak wasn't just a song. It was the first time teenagers heard their own frustration on the radio. Take out the papers and the trash, or you don't get no spending cash. Parents hated it, which meant teenagers played it louder. Lieber and Stoller, the songwriters, didn't write down to the Coasters. They wrote with them. Every line has character, attitude. When Carl Gardner sings, "Don't talk back," you can hear the eye roll. That's not just singing, that's acting.
If you don't scrub that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Say that.
The song hit #1, stayed there for 7 weeks, and made white stations and black stations play the exact same thing. In 1958, that was unthinkable.
Time to take no ride, yakety yak, don't talk back. What?
Number 14, What Am I Living For? Chuck Willis, 1958.
For you. What am I living for? If not
Chuck Willis releases What Am I Living For? And dies 3 weeks later, 30 years old. The song becomes a eulogy he wrote for himself without knowing it. Here's the chilling part. The B-side was called Hang Up My Rock and Roll Shoes. The last line he ever recorded, I don't want to rock no more. The man records his own farewell and doesn't even know it.
only night.
The song climbs the charts after he's gone, peaking at number 9. Chuck Willis was called the Sheik of the Blues because he wore turbans on stage. In 1958, a black man from Georgia making white teenagers scream. Listen to What Am I Living For closely. Chuck's voice cuts through the arrangement with raw vulnerability. No one to call my own. What am I living for?
Nobody else will do.
It's not performative sadness. It's exhaustion, like he already knew. Suddenly, R&B isn't just about Saturday night anymore. It's about Sunday morning. Regret, mortality, loneliness in a crowded room. Soul music earns its name with this one.
Nobody else will do. Oh, nobody else.
Number 13, You Send Me, Sam Cooke, 1957.
See if you remember, this is Sam Cooke singing, You Send Me.
Send me, darling.
Sam Cooke is already a star. Lead singer of the Soul Stirrers, the biggest gospel group in Black America. But he wants to prove he can write the kind of song Sinatra would envy. He sits down at a piano and in 20 minutes writes, "You Send Me." His gospel label hates it. Too simple. Too soft. Where's the fire? But Sam knows he can make secular music sacred just by singing it his way. So he walks away, signs with a small label, and releases it against everyone's advice.
It's lasted so long, infatuation, but wanting.
It sells 1.7 million copies in the first month. 1957 numbers. No algorithm, no playlist, just AM radio and kids running to record stores. The crazy part? He recorded it in one take. That vocal crack you hear? Real emotion. The hesitation before the second verse. Sam deciding in real time how to phrase it.
Whoa, whenever I'm with you.
That imperfection is what made it perfect. Sam would go on to write "A Change Is Gonna Come" and "Cupid." But "You Send Me" was the door he kicked open.
I know when you're home. Honest you do. Whenever you kiss.
Number 12, Save the Last Dance for Me, The Drifters, 1960.
Dance, every dance with the guy who gives your hand neath the pale moonlight.
This isn't really a Drifter story. It's a Doc Pomus story. Doc Pomus wrote A Teenager in Love and Viva Las Vegas, but he's also a big guy in a wheelchair. Polio left him unable to walk. Picture this, his wedding day, 1957. Everyone's dancing, laughing, celebrating. And Doc Pomus sits at a table watching his new wife dance with other men all night. Because he can't.
To anyone, but don't forget. But while we're apart, don't give your heart.
Instead of bitterness, he writes longing. You can dance every dance with the guy who gives you the eye. But don't forget who's taking you home. That's restraint. That's dignity. That's class. 3 years later, the Drifters recorded Ben E. King's vocal floats over a Latin rhythm that shouldn't work in R&B, but somehow does. It's a sad song disguised as a celebration.
The oh so much. You can dance if he asks. If you're all.
The song hits number 1 on both charts, and it's been covered over 200 times, but nobody has ever touched the original. There's a live version from the Apollo where Ben stops singing and lets the audience finish it. 10,000 voices singing. Don't forget who's taking you home. His pain became their anthem.
The last dance for me.
Real quick. Only 1% of you watching are subscribed to Soul Lens. 1%. If you made it this far, if these stories meant something to you, just hit that subscribe button. Now let's keep the music alive together.
There must be some word today, yeah.
Number 11, P.'s Mr. Postman, The Marvelettes, 1961.
From my boyfriend so far away.
5 girls from Detroit high school walk into Motown's lobby asking for an audition. They're nervous, dressed in matching skirts their mothers made. Barry Gordy's assistant tries to shoo them away. Motown's booked solid, no time for walk-ins. But they won't leave. So he says, 2 minutes. You get 2 minutes.
He's Mr. Postman.
They sing Please Mr. Postman. He stops them after 30 seconds. Not because it's bad, because it's undeniable. Here's what makes this record special. It's rough. Gladys Horton's vocal cracks in places. The harmonies aren't perfectly aligned. There's a tambourine slightly offbeat. But that roughness is the point. 5 teenagers singing about waiting for a letter from a boy who probably isn't going to write back. You can hear the hope and desperation fighting.
Friend of mine, you better wait a minute, wait.
It becomes Motown's first #1 pop hit. A label that's barely 2 years old just beat everybody. Those hand claps, That's the entire office staff. Berry Gordy's sister, Smokey Robinson, on a break. Everybody crowded into Studio A. That's not a studio trick. That's community. The Marvelets were first. And sometimes being first is the hardest job of all.
Don't pass me by, you see the tears in my eyes.
Number 10, Bye Eye Baby, Mary Wells, 1960. Mary Wells, 17 years old. She writes Bye Bye Baby in her bedroom, humming into a tape recorder her mother bought at a pawn shop. She brings it to Motown. Berry Gordy tries to fix it. Let me get Smokey to rewrite this. Mary Wells looks him dead in the eye and says, "No, it's my song. I know how it should sound." She's 17. He's Berry Gordy. And she says no. Here's the miracle. He backs down. Mary Wells becomes the first Motown artist to tell Berry Gordy no and get away with it. That's black women claiming ownership in an industry built to exploit them. The song itself? 3 chords, tambourine, hand claps. But that attitude, that I'm leaving and you're going to miss me confidence. Listen to how she sings goodbye. She holds it just a fraction too long, savoring it. That's not a woman devastated. That's a woman enjoying her freedom. Mary Wells said, "Actually, I'm the one leaving, and you're going to regret it." Number 9, Endlessly, Brooke Benton, 1959. If you've ever been in love so deep you couldn't see straight, this is your song. Brooke Benton's voice is molasses. Warm, thick, pulls you in. Higher than the highest star, deeper than the deep blue sea. That's how I will love you, endlessly. This is the song playing when your parents fell in love, when your grandparents danced in the kitchen at 3 in the morning. This is the blueprint for every Quiet Storm ballad that came after. Luther Vandross studied this. Babyface studied this. Maxwell built his career on this foundation. Brooke Benton taught a generation that you don't have to shout to make someone feel you. Sometimes a whisper is louder. Brooke had 40 charting singles, but never got the credit he deserved. Without him, there's no Quiet Storm. No Always and Forever. No Ribbon in the Sky. Number 8, I Only Have Eyes for You, The Flamingos, 1959. This is the song that plays when the credits roll on your life. Written in 1934 for a forgettable movie. But when the Flamingos reimagined it, they turned it into an experience. Lead singer Nate Nelson recorded his vocal at 2 in the morning after everyone else went home. He was exhausted, heartbroken, hadn't slept in 30 hours. And that's what you hear, a man too tired to fake it. So he just feels it. Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you. That's not a metaphor. That's loving someone so much the whole world disappears. The Flamingos never had another hit. They spent their careers singing this one song, and they never complained because they knew. They knew they'd made something immortal. Number 7, Money That's What I Want, Barrett Strong, 1960. The first hit Motown ever leased to a major label. This song is filthy, not in content, in honesty. Your love gives me such a thrill, but your love won't pay my bills. No poetry, no metaphor. Just truth. Hard, cold, working class truth. Radio stations called it crass. Churches preached against it. Parent-teacher associations tried to ban it. So it became an anthem.
Pay my bills, I need
Barrett Strong was saying what everybody felt but nobody dared say. Love is beautiful, but rent is due on the 1st. That piano riff. 3 notes that somehow sound like poverty and ambition fighting in a basement apartment. The Beatles covered it. The Rolling Stones covered it. Because money made class consciousness danceable, it laid the groundwork for every hip-hop song about struggle that would come 40 years later. Number 6. Oh, What a Night. The Dells, 1956.
Very special night. Remember a girl?
The Dells recorded the original. Oh, What a Night. And it's grittier, earthier, real. It's about a wedding night, and everybody knew it. When lead singer Marvin Jr. hits that high note, oh, I felt a thrill. Barbershop quartets stopped shaving just to practice it. That note is dangerous. The song flopped when it first came out. Radio didn't know what to do with it. But the Dells kept performing it live for years. And in 1969, 13 years later, they re-recorded it with a full orchestra. That version became a massive smash. Top 10 pop, top 5 R and B lesson. Great songs don't expire. They just wait for their moment. Number 5. All I Could Do Was Cry, Etta James, 1960. The setup is devastating. She's at a church watching the love of her life marry someone else. I saw my love walking down the aisle, and all I could do was cry. Not scream, not object, just cry. Silently, publicly, completely. Etta recorded this at 22 years old, but she sings it like she's lived 1,000 lifetimes. Her voice cracks in all the right places. He was supposed to be mine. I was the one who should have been wearing that gown. That's the knife twist. The recognition that your entire future just evaporated. This became the template for every man who got away song. This was her second single. Most singers spend careers trying to capture this emotion. Etta did it at the beginning. Number 4. What Did I Say? Ray Charles, 1959. The song that got Ray Charles banned from concert halls. Too sexual, too raw, too black. Churches called it the devil's music. And Ray Charles just smiled and counted his money. Ray recorded this live in the studio. They had 10 minutes left and needed a B-side. So Ray just started playing, the band followed. And what came out was half gospel, half Saturday night. The call and response with the Raylettes. Improvised. Ray shouts, hey. They shout back. Building, escalating, until it sounds less like a song and more like, well, you know. In 1959, radio stations refused to play it. Concert promoters canceled shows, but teenagers found it anyway. It became Ray's first top 10 pop hit. After years of safe love songs, Ray said, nah, we're going back to church, but we're putting that feeling somewhere else. This is the song that taught rock and roll how to move its hips. Without What Did I Say, there's no Tutti Frutti. Ray was making white people uncomfortable on purpose and getting paid for it. Number 3. Only You and You Alone. The Platters, 1955.
That's right. The song you've always been waiting.
Close Your Eyes. High School Dance, 1956. She finally said yes. This song comes on. And the rest of your life starts right there. Tony Williams' tenor is silk. He doesn't oversing, just delivers the lyric with sincerity. Only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness bright. That's how it feels when you're 17 and in love for the first time. The Platters were the first black group to dominate white pop radio without changing who they were. No code switching, no compromising. Just undeniable excellence.
And fill my heart with a love.
If you got married between 1955 and 1975, this was your wedding song. They faced hatred. Venues that wouldn't book them. Death threats. But they never let it make them bitter. They just kept singing about love.
For it's true.
Number 2, Money Honey, Clyde McPhatter and the Drifters, 1953.
You know the landlord rang my front door.
Clyde McPhatter died broke. Found dead in his apartment in 1972, age 39, with $70 in his pocket. The man who invented modern R&B singing died broke. At his funeral, they played Money Honey. If that's not the cruelest irony, I don't know what is.
But honey, if you
Money Honey was the first time anyone heard that voice. That high, clear tenor that influenced Sam Cooke, Jackie Wilson, Smokey Robinson. Clyde could make his voice do impossible things. And he uses all that talent to sing about being broke. This song hit number 1 R&B in '53 and stayed there 11 weeks. It established his voice as the gold standard. Every singer after him was chasing that sound. When he died alone, it was a reminder that talent doesn't guarantee anything. That sometimes the people who give us everything get nothing in return.
money, honey.
Number 1, SHBOOM, The Chords, 1954.
Dip, 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 dip. Life could be a dream.
You knew it was coming. The first R&B song to crack the top 10 on the pop chart, the song that proved crossover was possible. Before H-Boom, R&B was segregated music. Black stations played it, and white America pretended it didn't exist. Shay-Boom changed that. It forced its way onto white radio through sheer joy.
If only your McCrutch's plans would come true. If I
Those nonsense syllables, H-Boom, ya da da da, da, burrow into your brain and never leave. The song is barely 2.5 minutes, but contains everything. Doo-wop, gospel, jump blues, jazz. Every strand of Black American music woven together. The Chords were a street corner group from the Bronx. A talent scout heard them and they cut Shay-Boom in 2 takes. It shot to number 5 pop, number 2 R&B white teenagers requesting a black doo-wop group in 1954. The same year as Brown versus Board of Education.
dream, sweetheart.
White group, the Crew Cuts covered it and outsold the original. That's painful. But it doesn't diminish what the Chords did. This is the song that kicked the door open. This is the song that made the next 60 years of music possible. Without Shay-Boom, there's no Beatles, no Motown, no nothing. This is ground zero.